Welcome to day 5 of the 1K per day challenge. Today we're going to set up your email autoresponder. So your email autoresponder is really just going to be the kind of the database where all of your leads are going to be stored. So all your subscribers are going to be held there. It's also the place where you can set up obviously your autoresponder sequences and send your manual broadcast messages. So anything like a newsletter, something like that, or if you want to do some kind of a special promotion, this is where you're going to go to send those emails out. There are really only two that I recommend. Doesn't mean that there aren't any other good ones. These are just the two that I have personally used and like. I know there are a lot of other good ones out there. So if you've already got something that isn't mentioned here, feel free to ask me if it's okay, because in most cases it probably is, as long as it can do same stuff that these can do, which is just really very minimal. We're not going to be doing tons of automation or anything like that, so you don't really need anything that's that kind of labor intensive. So these are the two that I recommend: Aweber and ActiveCampaign. Both of those are my affiliate links, and the one that I'm going to be using for this 30-day challenge is going to be Aweber, just because I think it's easier for a lot of people to get in there and do what we need to do for this type of business. ActiveCampaign has a lot of really cool features and stuff that it can do, but we don't really need all of that stuff for this type of business. So if you have an ActiveCampaign account already, that's awesome. I have one myself and another one for another business that I'm in with a partner. It's a great tool. Can do a lot more stuff than Aweber. We just don't need any of that stuff for this business. So I'm gonna be using Aweber for the duration of this 30-day challenge. So today, what we're actually going to do is go in and set up your entire email framework. Really, we're not going to get in and create any emails or anything yet, because we haven't actually chosen the main product that we want to promote yet. So what we're going to do is go in and basically set up the framework of your entire email system so that it's ready to go. And then, the day that we go in and choose which product we are actually going to advertise, then we'll be ready to go in and create any kind of emails that we need to go along with that. So today is just going to be the framework. So here's what we're actually going to be setting up. You want to complete your Aweber profile, so just your name, URL, and address. It's nothing huge, but it's a good idea to have all of this stuff in there and just, get it ready to go. Complete the profile as much as you possibly can. You are going to be required to have those things anyways by Aweber, otherwise they won't let you send emails out. You got to have minimum. You got to have an address inside of every single email that you send from Aweber, and then they automatically include the unsubscribe link and an option for people to click to change their details, like their name or their email address. So there's certain things you need every time you send an email, and it's just part of like the CAN spam act. So I know that it's going to be different in other countries. I will be talking about like GDPR stuff, and now with the California one, it's CCPA, I believe. I honestly don't know that much about it as far as like the initials go, but I understand what it is. It's very similar to GDPR in the sense that you basically need like explicit consent from the person opting in, that they consent to you sending them emails. So we'll talk about that probably when we get to actually creating the emails themselves, because it's going to be really going to be more aligned with that lesson than today's lesson. Next, we're going to actually create your email list. So the list itself, remember that we're creating an audience here, so don't name your email list or create your email list around a specific affiliate offer. You don't need to do that anymore in Aweber. You used to have to create a separate list for any type of unique follow-up email or like autoresponder sequence. If you wanted a unique autoresponder sequence in Aweber, you used to have to create a standalone list for every single autoresponder that you wanted to create that's different, like sequence of emails. So you don't need to do that anymore. You can put everybody on the same list, and then just create what Aweber calls campaigns. You can create multiple campaigns, which are basically just autoresponder sequences, and they can be triggered to send based on like whenever a certain tag has been applied. So we'll get into all that when we create the actual emails themselves. But today we create your email list. Only create it for your audience, not for the actual offers. Next, you're going to go in and turn off confirmation messages, which basically means that you're not doing double opt-in. And what double opt-in is somebody enters their name and email address. Aweber would send them an email saying, click this link to confirm you want to be on this list. And so that's one way when you talk about GDPR that you can actually get somebody's consent is by doing double opt-in, just as long as you use the right language. However, double opt-in isn't necessary, and we're not going to be using it for the majority of the people that we're putting on this list. So we want to go in and turn that off, because at best you'll get maybe 60% of the people who actually enter their email to go in and click the confirmation message to say they want to be on the list. You'll lose a lot of people that way by having it double opt-in turned on. And the last thing, we'll just create a very generic opt-in form for right now, just to get it created and up there. And we will go back in and tweak it, customize it for the specific offer that we end up choosing to promote. So last thing, but consider asking for their first name. It does depend on the niche, meaning like if you actually want to use the person's name in their email, in the emails you send to them to kind of personalize it, you have to ask for that info up front. Some niches like, marketing and business, people know that they're autoresponders. They know that you're not actually personally using their first name. However, I've actually been getting back to using first names in my emails for like the internet marketing niche, because I use it for buyers. So, I get their first name usually when they have bought a product. So I do use it that way, because it does feel more personal, even though the majority of them know it's not me, hand typing each one of those emails out to people. Still feels personal. So it's not a necessity for the my niche, the gadget niche. I probably will get the first name, because this is gonna feel more like a club, like an exclusive, like a premium type club that I'm, getting people into, and having their name is gonna make them feel more included in this exclusive club. So let's go set up the autoresponder here. I'm gonna, let's see.